So the question, what's my job in the creative process and what is God's job in the creative process, has come up frequently recently. So I thought I would kind of share my thoughts on that. Basically, Ernest Holmes talks about the difference between choosing and outlining. He uses the example of planting a tomato seed. So you choose that you are going to plant a tomato seed. And then God does the outlining. We don't get to choose how many branches or how many tomatoes are actually on that plant, how many flowers happen. We don't choose that. What we choose is to plant a tomato seed. So sometimes it's really easy to get so caught up in our vision that we hold on to it with control. That we choose a vision where we can see every step, or we don't take action until we can see every step. But this divine co-creation, this creative process of manifestation, has to be done with open hands. So we have been given this impulse, this energy, this idea from our higher self that has that yes factor, that vibration that happens to tell you that you're on the right path or this is your dream. Because of course we're all, as individuals, going to get completely different dreams. My dream is not somebody else's dream. So we get this impulse, this idea of something that our life, should be moving forward. And our job is to vision that, to really see it clearly, to put it on, to feel what it feels like to be that person. Putting on the emotion, getting it that vibrational match. Because it's the vibrational match that we're wanting, not the actual everything looking exactly like it does in the image. I've had clients who have been very attached to the face on the person of their, they're searching for their dream partner, and they have a person in mind. The universe doesn't necessarily always work that way. And we hold the idea that it's this or something even greater still. We can't make somebody else love us, but we can open to the universe and take the steps that we can see to open ourselves up to a loving relationship. It may or may not have that face on it. Jobs that are, very specific in a specific place. And yes, it's great. We want clarity on our vision. We want to be able to see and feel and be in that space, to come from that vibrational match. And this or something greater still. We have to be open to that specific one might not work out. When we were looking for a house 2 years ago, we had looked and looked and looked at house after house. Nothing fit. We had things that we were wanting in our vision. We had wanted 3 to 5 acres of land. We wanted certain things in the house. And we finally found one that we thought fit, it checked the boxes. And the market 2 years ago everything was super fast. And we were like, yes, let's take it. There were some things we didn't like about it, but it checked all the boxes, and we're like, yes. So we put an offer on it. And I felt like I was pushing God to say, this is mine. I was so attached to that being the house. It had a little creek by it. It had some woods with big trees and a view from the kitchen, which was one of the things I really wanted. So we put an offer on the house. We offered $135 over the asking price, cash offer. Like it was one of those back and forth battles of this other offer is raising it. And do you want to raise? Yeah, okay. So they're going to raise, and then we raise. And then it turned out we didn't get it. And I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe we didn't get this house. And it gave us the opportunity to step back and go, is this really what we want? And the answer was no. It had one communal space for the kitchen, the dining room, the living room, That's the only space. So if you wanted to watch TV or sit, and someone else wanted to sit in front of the fire and read a book, you couldn't both do that. And having two boys, even though they were grown, they'll be around. And to have one space that was, and the shop was falling down, it wasn't even really a shop. So many things that we actually didn't really like about it, but we were settling. And we were asked, what would we love? And we opened ourselves up to what we would really love. And 2 weeks later, we physically were in this house for the first time. And this is so, so, so much better. Like, I can't even tell you a percentage, 20,000% more. This is us. This is our dream home. So yeah, I was disappointed when I didn't get that first house, because it seemed like the best thing at the time. But God can have such bigger plans for you only if we hold our dream open with open hands. So Ernest Holmes, in this thing called You, which is, again, my favorite book, he says, when you think, it is the divine mind in you willing itself into action, thinking itself into manifestation, realizing itself as the object of its own thought. So we are separate, we're individual, but we're not separate. We are an individual expression of the divine, and we are always connected to it. So our job in the manifestation process is to decide on something we want, to visualize that thing, and to get so clear and connected to that vision that we can feel it and we can vibrate at that level. And to take action that we see coming, what the next step is. Because we're not going to see all the steps forward, but we can see the next step. And then when we take that step, we can see the next step. And then it is to release it knowing this or something greater still. And as we do that, we allow the universe to bring us places, people, opportunities that we can't see. We don't see the whole picture. We only see our little narrow view of things. So when we allow, we hold this image, and Ernest Holmes compares the God aspect of creativity as a mirror. So we hold up this image of what we want, and the universe will mirror back in our physical experience the thing that we're visioning. So our job is to vision, is to get into that, to choose, to vision it, and then to take some action steps. What's the next thing that I can do? And then we release it. We know that we are in co-creation. I'm not manifesting this by my lonesome. I'm doing it with the support of the universe. So then the universe's job is to come up with the very best opportunity for us, the best fit that helps the whole world. So, living in this house, we could never have foreseen that. And yet, we have to be open to the flexibility of our vision not being exactly the way we dreamed it. And then we can evolve that vision and continue. So this week, I invite you to really think about your co-creative process. Have you made a choice of what you want? Do you spend time in that vision, holding the energy of it, vibrating at the level of that person in the future that you want to be, living that life? And then are you taking the steps that you see? You get those little nudges internally from that same part of you that created the vision, this divine aspect of you. When you get that nudge to take that action, even if it's small, sometimes it's just a tiny little thing like making a phone call or looking up something on the internet, but it gets the things moving. And then the universe can bring you more and more steps and opportunities, and your life can manifest your dreams. Blessings.